Secret fantasy of women, which they are too shy to tell. Finally, I found a place to record this video. I'm on holiday with my parents, me mum, me dad, me brothers. Now, I don't know if you've ever been on holiday with your mum, your dad and your brothers after you lived on your own for a while, but it can get pretty annoying because everybody wants to fucking be in the house all the time, making noise. Brothers coming in, gorilla man, taking the piss out of their big brother. Well, let's see who's taking the piss when they get attacked by some baboons, because I won't be helping them. But finally, they have left. We'll let them off. They have gone. They've left me with the house to myself. You guys have come through with the questions today. They're fucking funny. They're intelligent. They're witty. I'm proud of you. So let's just get straight into it. Let's do this Q&A. Great question. Craziest sexual experience you've ever had? I'm not going to go too much into this because there's some things you've got to keep private. But I will give you this. My craziest sexual experience is I fucked Stifler's mum on holiday in Thailand, and there's only 2 guys that saw that happen. There should have been no people that saw that happen, but there's 2 of my friends that saw that happen. So yeah, fuck Stifler's mum. Take that as you will. There is a big story behind that, but I just can't tell you. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed, and I can't tell you. But that's as much as I'm giving you. If you know me directly, if you are one of my friends, drop me a DM. We'll meet up. We'll hang out. I'll tell you the full story. Next one. Do you date multiple girls or just one? I'm dating one girl at the moment, but with the option to see others, like sleep with others, which is good for me. Makes me feel like I'm not too trapped in dating this one girl. But I don't feel like I'm really into dating multiple girls right now. I think it's just a little bit too much time that I don't have. But I'm up for a bit of fun. One girl I see regularly because I think girls are good presence. The feminine presence I think is good for a man. The girl that I am dating is very, very nice. She keeps my head on straight. When I start to pound my chest a little bit too much and get over the top, I have a lot of energy, and I sometimes the balance isn't right and something's going wrong. I freak out, stop pounding my chest non-stop, and she just says, "Jack, calm down. Have a banana or 2 and we'll be back to normal." So I do really appreciate it. I don't date multiple women. I have the option to sleep with others if I so choose, which is nice. It's a good way to be. What's the most important skill you think a young man can learn? I'll give you 2. I honestly think sales is really fucking important. If you are struggling with things to do, sales is never going to hurt you. You'll make money for the rest of your life. You can use it in any part of life. You're always selling yourself, and it's just a good thing to learn if you're a young man and you're confused. And the other one's fighting. You should know how to fight. You should be a dangerous man. You should be a gardener in a war. No, you should be a gardener you should be a warrior in the garden, not a gardener in the war. So learn how to fight, learn how to do sales, and you'll be all right, basically. How wealthy do I want to get? Very wealthy. Ridiculously wealthy. So wealthy that I could buy 4 zoos full of gorillas. What made me stop smoking weed? I still do smoke weed, but I don't smoke weed regularly. I've never been a regular weed smoker because I feel like it just makes you too lazy, can't get things done. But once a week, when I've had a tough week, when I've been going at it ham all week and I want to relax, I'll smoke a joint, no problem, once a week. I think I said that in an earlier video. Once a week is about my tops for smoking weed. I think it's all right. Lets you chill out once a week. No more than that. It's no problem. Will I stay in Thailand forever? Forever's a very long time. I definitely won't be staying there forever. The current plan's to go back, and I'm going to be living with some friends of mine, and we're going to do more of the vlog style content. We're going to be out and about. I'm going to have a cameraman there. So the content that's coming up, I'm really excited about. But I won't be in Thailand forever. I can see me going there for another 6 months to a year, making a lot of content. And then if YouTube is going well, I will probably travel for collaborations and that sort of stuff to see a bit more of the world. I could see myself going back to Thailand though, at a later date. I do love Thailand. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and it's very good standard of life there. So not forever. There'll be trips. I'm Mr. Worldwide right now. I'm bopping about. I'm just checking everything out. I mean, you can't settle down too early. It's the first place I've been outside the UK to live, so it'd be silly of me to go, yep, Thailand's the be-all and end-all, I'll stay here, because there's a lot of other places that I haven't been. I'm not allowed to strike somebody's face. What martial arts could I do instead that don't involve that? That's an interesting question. I'd love to know why you can't strike somebody in the face. You could still box and just do body sparring. I don't think that's really a problem. You could just box and not even do sparring. Because a lot of people think you have to fight if you go to a boxing gym. It's really a take it or leave it part of boxing. It's the sparring and the fighting. I recommend you do it, but you could do body sparring. I body spar quite a lot. It's great because you don't be bashing that around too much. You might get discombobulated. What to do if a girl asks us if we like Andrew Tate? Do you like Andrew Tate? If you do, say yes. If you don't, say no. I like Andrew Tate. If a girl asks me, do I like Andrew Tate? I say yes. If she had a problem with that, see you later. I like him more than you, so get out of here, you hoe. Don't worry about what girls think about you, bro. You're the gorilla, you're the man of the situation. You're not vying for her attention. But the return on that, the return on being that guy, that respectful, amazing guy that takes her places she's never been and looks after her like she's never been looked after, is that you can like whatever the bloody hell you want. And she has nothing to say about it. And if she does, out the door! I prefer girls that don't ask questions. That's why I date Thai women, because we don't speak the same language. Have a think about it. Are you dating people that are too proficient in your own language? Because that can be a big issue. My opinion on long distance relationships. Personally, I've never had one. I don't think you should do them. I'm a strong believer that there's plenty of girls in the world that are right for you, that you would have a very good time with, you'd be very happy with. You're obviously in the state of mind of thinking there's one girl that's right for you, therefore you would try and make a long distance relationship work. For me, that's not really that fun. Being stuck to your phone, texting this girl, feeling that feeling of just wanting to be with them and not being able to, just ditch that, bro. It's going to be painful. She's going to end up hooking up with somebody else. You just can't play that game. There's guys walking in and around her, just asking her stuff, trying to take her out. She can't resist for long. Not without you by her side to protect her. I mean, it's going to be tough, mate. I'll just ditch long distance, find yourself a local thing. There's no need to go international if you can't fly there. There's plenty of other girls that will be close to you. You can have fun. I mean, what's part of a relationship for? It's having sex, isn't it? So if you can't have sex if they're in a different country. So there's not probably much point in doing a relationship with them. You can't go cinema with them. You can't fucking go to the dinner with them. So yeah, long distance, don't do that, bro. Don't put yourself through the pain. How have I got these abs? Any tips? I was born very slim. I've always had visible abs and I've just sort of made sure I don't lose them. The biggest tips I can give you, start some sort of martial art. I mean, that'll shred you up quicker than anything because you have to have such a strong core. You do a lot of core work as well as a lot of high intensity training, cardio training. You're going to strip a lot of fat off training boxing, martial arts, something like that, as well as improving the core. So you will end up shredded. The most shredded I've ever been in terms of my abs coming through was boxing training that got me absolutely shredded up. So that would be my tip for you. Start boxing. How long have I been lifting? First lifted at 14 years old. I'm still lifting now, so 9 years. Yeah, 9 years. A few breaks in between, got out of shape, got into shape, that sort of stuff. Still trying to get bigger and bigger. I go through the same struggles that you guys do with routines and staying on workouts. Recently, I've been traveling. It's a lot harder. But yeah, about 9 years. Someone's put cock size ? And his name's Terrence. Terrence, ask your mum or your sister. They both know. Gotcha, motherfucker! Thoughts on the modern education system? Feels like it oppresses masculinity. Yeah, modern education definitely oppresses masculinity. And I understand why they do, because they're just not equipped to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with rambunctious teenagers full of testosterone. They don't understand that part of us is one of our greatest skills. They just think it's us being annoying and us being disrespectful. But the golden light of this is, it doesn't really affect the real men. Like me and my boys, when we were at school, it wasn't like they could tell us anything and we'd actually listen. Like the indoctrination, the brainwashing that they try to do doesn't actually work, which is the beautiful thing. So I actually think school is very good at weeding the men from the boys. Will you stick to your guns? Will you understand that primal feeling is a feeling of power that you should follow? And a lot of them get turned into soy boys, but that's fine, because that's less competition for the rest of us right up at the top. So don't worry too much about schooling. In time, things will develop. Things will go online. There'll be different ways of learning. I think that these people, they're not bad people. They're not trying to do this. They're not trying to make you all turn into soy boys and ruin your life, but they do. Best thing you can do in school, boys, is just remember, take it all with a pinch of salt. Just know that these people, they're not the top of the top. You're not being surrounded by the top of the top, and that they're a means to an end. They got to put a lot of people through school. Have I ever had the feeling of being too big or huge? It doesn't exist, bro. This is, somebody told me the other day, what's his name? Chris Bumstead has body dysmorphia, that he doesn't feel like he's big enough. And I'll pop up a picture now. For anyone that doesn't know, I mean, look at Chris Bumstead's physique. It's just unbelievable. This guy could not look any better if he tried. And I feel the same, mate. I don't feel like you ever feel too big. I think that is probably what drives a lot of people to start taking steroids, because you reach your natural capacity and you want to get bigger. I don't feel like you can get too big if you're just natural before you take steroids. I think you can, if you just stay natural, you won't ever get too big. If you start taking steroids, you are getting bigger than your body's allowed to. So for me, I'm just trying to reach the absolute maximum mass I can get to without touching steroids. Maybe in a few years down the line, maybe at 30, 35, I'll jump on some TRT, something like that. But at the moment, I'm just trying to see, how can we max this out? What should men do when they complete their purpose? Kids are all grown up, etc. I don't think a man ever completes his purpose. I think your purpose just evolves. So when your kids are all grown up, you'll be back to self-development. You'll be doing things for yourself again. You'll have goals and things to strive for. The journey is the journey. The journey's from when you live to when you die. You don't reach a destination and you finally stop. I think if you do stop after you reach it, you do die. I've heard of people dying because they stop working or whatever. So the plan is to build your life to a way that you're constantly striving to achieve something, enjoying your life at the same time and growing. And you do that all the way to the end, or all the way until you can. I don't think after your kids are grown up or you've finished your purpose, I don't think there's any reason to stop there. Just move the goalposts. Accept, appreciate where you've gotten to, have the celebration, and then continue moving forwards. That's what I feel I will do. How to approach a group of girls whilst only being interested in one. I'll give you a story, something I heard of from Bradley. When girls are together, they're fairly hostile, or more hostile than they would be if they were alone. When they're alone, they have to be polite. When they've got their girls around them, they feel, sometimes certain groups of girls, they feel like they can be disrespectful. They can say things they wouldn't otherwise be able to say. There was a table of girls, and they were hotties, and they were just turning away. Every guy that went to the table away, just turning like, fuck off, get out of here, you're not buying us a drink. Bradley was with one of his friends, and he handed him his Amex card, his Amex credit card. He said, Brad, if you're so good with girls, why don't you go over and bag us that table? Why don't you get us sitting over there with those girls buying them drinks? And Bradley goes over, throws the card down on the table in front of these girls. They all look at him like, what do you want? He says, I'll buy the drinks, as long as you all promise not to hog the covers. The girls, apparently in this story, they burst out laughing, and they asked him, they said, that's a great pick, that's a great line, come join us. And I think the way is, you've got to have that alpha confidence, that ability to make people laugh. That's the best way to approach girls. Get them all laughing, and they're all kind of thinking, oh, I hope he likes me. And then the one you do feel attracted to, you show a bit more interest in her, and she'll be like, oh, yes, I'm going to get the prize. Will I ever have another MMA fight? When I go back to Thailand, I'm going to be training Muay Thai twice a week again. And we'll see. You'll be definitely getting some content of me fighting. It'll probably be more sparring than pro fights or amateur fights in a ring. It will be more in the gym, sort of in the ring, that sort of stuff. I still love fighting, and I'll continue to fight. It's great for your head, great for your body. It's good to stay dangerous. The problem is, you get too small. To be realistically, to be very good, to be quick, to be fast, you have to lose a little bit of muscle mass. You have to work a different type of muscle. So I can't see myself doing pro fights. I can't see myself doing too many amateur bouts. But I will give you guys some more sparring footage and stuff when I go back, 100%. Any tips for teens to grow taller? If you want to grow taller, there's actually a few things you should do. Don't drink any alcohol. That will seriously stunt your growth. Don't lift too heavy in the gym. Don't go crazy heavy on your compound lifts. If you can lift it for 10 to 12 reps, 3 sets in a row, it's not too heavy. Don't go doing crazy compound lifts and crazy heavy lifts when you're young, especially squat, deadlift. You don't want to compress your spine. You don't want to bend your bones. Another thing, drink your milk. A lot of people say milk's bad for you. Milk's good. It comes from cows. Cows are fucking awesome. They make steak, so drink milk and eat plenty of eggs. That's That's what you need. That'll give you 2-3 more inches. The secret fantasy of women, which they are too shy to tell. The number one will scare you. The number one, you'll start thinking, fuck, no, really. But this one, this is a little side one. This one you do all right with. Most women, I think, have a fantasy to be like fucked by the plumber or builder or something. So if you come home with a builder's belt on or some hammers and some tools and shit and start fixing the sink, and then she comes down, you could do a little role play, whether I reckon girls quite like that. But the main one now, I'm not saying it get me in trouble. And then you know it's dirty because I'll say most things. So there you go, boys. Another Q&A complete. I'm back in the UK tomorrow. Collabs coming up. Looking forward to them. Collaborations coming up. Big ones this week. And boys, it's been a pleasure. If you want to join the course, you want to get in great shape, and you would like to boost your testosterone, and you would like to find out what I eat and how I train, and you would like to speak with me and a bunch of other gorillas, then you know what to do. You've heard it 1,000,001 times if you're part of this channel, that the description link is below, and you just click that damn link, and then you'll be signed up and into the world of the gorillas. Sign up down below. Go check out the course. Join the group. Big thank you to all you boys that are in the group, helping each other, looking after each other, asking me questions, asking each other questions, that have started tripling your testosterone, that are getting bigger, getting stronger. I'm proud of every single one of you. Thank you for joining me on the journey. It's amazing to have you. And stay golden, boys. And I'll see you on the next one. Whop-pow, whop-pow, whop-pow.